Show.
Mess up your makeup. That's Shaq. That's Kenny. I'm Ernie. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Sacramento, where the Kings will be going up against the Phoenix Suns. For Phoenix, they'd love to get back on a winning track. 7 losses in their last 8 games. That is not going to get it done, and they know it. Here we are coming up on the All-Star break. Shaq, for guys that are in a groove, could this disrupt their rhythm?
You know, veterans know how to keep things rolling, Ernie. Some younger guys could be affected mentally because you know those young guys, they don't concentrate anyway. They have ADHD, ADD, APD, AUD, DOD, DAD, and all the other Ds.
E-I-E-I-O.
No doubt. With a knick-knack paddywhack. If you're on a hot streak and it's for real, it doesn't matter. It's going to continue. And if you're kind of this team that when things don't go well and then all of a sudden you start to struggle, then it's not real, Ernie. But I think this one's real.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. We're going to see you later.
And thank you for joining us for this Valentine's Day presentation of the NBA. It's a matchup you're going to love right here on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Kings looking to make the most out of their home court advantage here in Sacramento. And, of course, DeAndre Ayton. This is first game in his new Phoenix Suns uniform.
And as you were mentioning, I mean, that trade has this team buzzing. You can see it in the warm-up line, how loose and confident they look now with him on that roster.
Tonight we'll see 2 teams that are dedicated to the youth movement and the respective clubs. Doris, talk about the biggest challenges for a young player in this game.
Well, the world in basketball is increasingly small, so a lot of young players in the game have faced each other in AAU basketball, or if they've played collegiately, they faced each other there. So the biggest challenge sometimes for young players is not letting this become a personal matchup with the player you're looking opposite. Basketball's a team game, and while you want to outshine your opponent, you've got to do it within the context and framework of the overall team game.
Good point. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Warren is out there with Ayton. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Jackson, and it's Booker in at the point. Hield, can't hit. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Phoenix. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, got into foul trouble and really played out of control and just couldn't overcome it.
I think you really have to think they beat themselves out there, right? You can't be fouling another team like that consistently, and that's just asking to get beat.
What's up?
Free throw good from Warren.
Now remember, T.J. Warren, he averaged 25 a game his second season at NC State. You want to know his role in the NBA? It's quite simple, a professional scorer.
Now, here's Bamba. On the wing, Hield. Defended by Bridges. Again, Hield missing. Suns on offense. Warren the pass to Bridges. Booker dishes to Warren. Over Thompson. No good off the front iron. And with Warren, with kind of an old school approach, Greg, very active with his mid-range game.
And this guy can get buckets around that rim. As he stretches his range, I think he'll only get more and more dangerous.
Now, here's Thompson after T.J. Warren's miss. Shot clock at 3.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
He trains the quick shot. Warren's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, I like how he's getting involved in the offense. He's picking his spots and making his shot attempts count.
Booker against Young. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
No, they're simply having trouble getting their legs underneath them, right? They're just 1 for 5 to start things off.
Yep, that one goes.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
The Kings trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Pass to Bagley. Thompson for the triple. Buries it from three-point range. Thompson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Suns have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. To the paint, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, this is one aspect you'd like to see more of from T.J. Warren. We know he's a great scorer. Pretty dime there.
Young against Booker.
Great look on that, just a little out of rhythm.
Yeah, he looked like he forced that a little bit. Just needs to take his time. Got to make these shots right now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Booker against Young. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Just a bright, young, offensive talent. Young isn't shy about forcing the action. Takes a lot of trips to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
And that one falls for Young. And so Young nails them both. Now we're about halfway through the season outdoors. It's no longer new. The playoffs are still a ways away. Seems like a time when players can start to lose focus.
No doubt, Kevin. You have that sense that maybe the All-Star break is coming or going, and you still have that fight you've got to get through, the February, March doldrums. But this is why coaches always talk about, let's play in the moment. Let's not worry about the results, what you can do every day, each moment. When you can do those kinds of things and just lock in on small tasks, then you've got a team that can contend.
Good coaches always seem to steer their teams in the right direction at this time of the year. Bagley, the pass to Bamba. They kick out to Heel. The pass to Bagley. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Josh Jackson. His last 10 games, averaging about 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular. And sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Here's Warren. No good that time. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
You know, they worked hard, they drew fouls, but they just couldn't convert at the line.
I think that's the most frustrating thing, right? You've earned the opportunity to take those free throws, and you don't cash in at the line.
Now, here is Young after T.J. Warren's miss. Count the basket.
He's smart at using the screen there to just create space. Young, very reliable in that pick and roll.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Fred Hoiberg gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. And with this team, it's all about getting out in transition and using their team speed. He said, look, if we get a rebound, we got to be off to the races. This has to be a track meet. So we may have a wild one tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Gordon's checked in for Sacramento. The machine comes in for Thompson. Jackson kicks to Bridges. For three, Booker. Phoenix no good that time either. And so Young will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings, trailing by 2.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention, then takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively.
Outside Warren. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Warren. On the wing, Booker. They could use a bucket. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Well, you're talking about a guy like Booker, perfectly suited for the catch-and-shoot game.
Young taking his time here. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Hield against Bridges. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Booker finds Holmes. To the middle. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Happy. Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Outside Gordon. Here's the machine, guarded by Jackson. Here's Little. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Phoenix leading by 7. Bridges with it. 8 points for him. Pass to Holmes. Young against Booker. Over Young. Again, Phoenix.
And not just sustaining the lead. They're adding to it.
Right, and this is precisely what you want to do. Build up the lead and keep the pressure on.
Now here's Gordon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's the machine, guarded by Jackson. Here's Little. Phoenix grabs the miss.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Bridges. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. And now it's an 11-point Suns lead. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. This arena in downtown Phoenix opened in 1992. Doors in 2022. They can opt out of their lease. Otherwise, they'll be locked in for another 10 years.
Well, they're currently playing in the 6th oldest NBA arena, and the Suns are hoping to either renovate that building or build a brand new one. The question becomes, of course, who pays for it?
rundown of the rookies already having a huge impact in their first season. These are the NBA's rookie scoring leaders. Look at the machine, a top 5 scorer in the league. What a player he is.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I've got to say, apparently, it's translating pretty well. Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Daniels, and that one goes long. The Kings trail by 11. Inside, here's Bagley. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by Phoenix.
Pass to Wilkes, takes a 3, buries the long-range jumper.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
It's Young on the wing. He kicks it to Bagley. Sacramento moving it around. Bender with the rebound.
No question he's having a bad quarter, so somebody else needs to take charge of the scoring if they're going to cut into this deficit.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Hield, the pass to Bagley. Shot by Hield, nobody around. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Here's Booker. 11-point game his last outing. High arcing shot, and he lays it up and in. Booker's got his 3rd basket of the night.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Young against Booker.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Ouch, 3 fouls for him already, and now if you're the coach, you got to think about sitting him down.
Sacramento making some changes. Bamba is checked in for Bagley. Klay Thompson comes in for Hield, and Joseph Young subbed in for Young. There's 1:26 left here in the first quarter. Here's Bender. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
And that's how you answer back.
You can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
Here's Daniels. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Bender with it. He's against Gordon. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Kicks it to Young. He dishes it to Thompson. To the inside from 12 feet out. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Here's the machine. He has 5. Inside, the kick out to Young. Back to Gordon. Over Bender. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. And so it's Phoenix sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. Booker talks about the great intangibles of his young teammate, Josh Jackson.
Plays super hard. He does everything out there. His instincts are incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Just defensively and offensively, just knows where to be at the right time, gets his hands on a lot of loose balls.
A nice swing pairing for sure. Booker providing offense and Greg Jackson known for his defense.
And a young team hungry for improvement. Kevin, they're both looking to be a big part of that.
And we resume our Valentine's Day broadcast. Glad to have you with us. And guys, the Suns enjoying a nice lead here.
In that opening quarter, I don't know that you could ask for much more.
They've been simply outstanding, Greg. And let's see if they can build off this early lead.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. We've got Richaun Holmes, Booker out there with Bender. And it's Daniels in at the shooting guard. Here's the machine. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. Shot clock at 5. From deep. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Greg, as we know, Buddy Hield, a Wooden Award winner at Oklahoma.
I mean, he grew from nothing, his words, in the Bahamas. And his first hoop of Brady nailed to some plywood. Couldn't even afford the nails. Had to find those. So from there to here, what an incredible journey.
Phoenix with the ball. Sacramento making their last shot. Here's Daniels, and it's blocked. And they're able to recover. So the wing on the left. Here's Bender. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. 6 points for Dragan Bender.
You can see Dragan Bender has a ton of confidence in that three-point shot. That's pretty.
Young passes the ball. Hield outside. And it's denied.
And really, Bender terrific reading the opposition. Skies up for the outstanding rejection.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Suns making a change here. Warren's checked in. Warren. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Bender. It's stolen by Hield. Now, here is Young. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Young against Booker. Warren dishes to Booker. Bender the pass to Warren. And Bol pulls it down.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
Unloads and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
Now, here is Young. Devin Booker missing his last shot. It's blocked.
Boy, T.J. Warren showing some activity on the defensive end. Great timing on that block.
Daniels kicks to Warren. And they call an illegal screen here. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Taking a look at Sacramento. Right now they've acquired the second best record in the conference. And checking out Phoenix. They have a lot of ground to make up.
And seeing where the Suns are, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
And with one eye already on the offseason, I would guess they start tinkering with lineups, different personnel combinations as this season wraps up. That way they can start forming a plan for the future.
So many aspects go into developing Doris, a winning team, coaching players, all the front office moves. How much do you think ownership affects that equation?
Well, I think it's absolutely critical. Leadership starts at the top down. And what kind of organization do you want? What kinds of behaviors will you tolerate? What kinds of things do you emphasize in terms of what you want your culture to be about? And to me, that starts at the top. When you look at the organizations that have great history with sustained success, it starts at the top with ownership.
I like your word culture there. That makes so much sense. He's checked in for the Suns.
Taking a look at some stats for Booker. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Averaging 25 points per, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
I think defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed, Greg. And that's why he's his team's leading scorer.
Here's the machine. He has 5. Can they get it? And Gordon with the lay-in. Good. Gordon's got his second basket of the night.
Listen, we know Aaron Gordon is a high-activity player, and if you give him daylight, he's ready to shoot it.
Daniels passes to Ayton. In the corner, Daniels. And the Suns miss again. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Sacramento Kings. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
Suns leading by 11. Now Booker. He's got 7. Back to Daniels. A three-pointer off the mark. Sacramento's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. On the wing, Hield. And Young kicks to Gordon. Shoots over Warren. And Gordon gets it to go in on the assist by Young. Gordon's got it back down to single digits for Sacramento. Booker finds Warren. Back to Booker. And here is Ayton. Pass to Warren. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Well, you like the effort of T.J. Warren, capitalizing when he's shooting in the painted area.
Young outside. In the corner, it's Hield. Trains the three-pointer. Hield's got 7.
You hope that's a wake-up call for the defense, boys, because you give them that clean a look and it's over.
Down low. The pass to Bull. Misses the 3. Suns leading by 8. On the wing, Daniels. The 3-ball. Good on the triple. Daniels has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
He took what the defense was giving him that time. There was nobody on him on the three-point shot. Boy, don't give him the lights out.
Gordon inside. Working on Booker. And it's Gordon missing.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And they'll keep possession. Warren against Gordon. 5 to shoot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You know, Doris, there's a lot to like about T.J. Warren's game, especially on the offensive end.
You're right. He's resourceful. He's versatile. There's enough size there to challenge you on the interior. He's worked on that perimeter skill. Just one of the guys who naturally knows how to score.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, I love T.J. Warren. The reason, guys, is he's proven to be a dependable scorer who's got good versatility, and he can play either forward position. So important in today's NBA.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Bagley, he's checked in for the machine. Thompson comes in for Buddy Hield. Young is subbed in for Young. Both free throws good from Warren. Well, the league is always looking for ways to adjust the rules, make them better. There's a committee that studies this every single year. And, you know, with that in mind, Doris, any rules you think they should alter or tweak?
Yeah, there's absolutely one, Kevin. And I think this goes to the point where perhaps we can have some more uniformity in the FIBA-ruled games that are played and the NBA. And there's one thing that's occurred in international play where players are becoming more athletic, and the opportunity for electric stuff to happen in transition is critical. To me, we have got to stop the intentional fouls, which are prohibiting fast breaks and all the potential for the explosive, exciting athleticism to be on display. So that, to me, is something we've got to address.
I'm with you. Pass to Bridges. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Bridges has got 12 points in the game.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Look, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
I play tennis for the Rolex. I be in Miami, never seen a bitch. Can I find a blue when you saw me? She was got the I just came to get these fits up. I'm everywhere. I just didn't get no pics up. You was there, you saw me get my Oh, you heard about it. Blood of gossip. I had to get it right. I ain't had no running game. I ain't had no options. Now I really got it.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Marvin Bagley. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. 10th in rebounding. And he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. Now here's Booker. That shot, no good. Good D by Thompson. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul. Here's Gordon over Jackson. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Gordon's got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, really found his stroke here in the second quarter after missing everything in the first.
Stolen by Thompson. To the paint. The kick out to Young. Hits the three-point bomb.
And the touch Young has from beyond the arc, he is almost unguardable from there.
Passes it to Ayton. Now, here's Warren. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Warren's got 11.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Now, here is Young. He's got 7. It's blocked. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Warren. Some changes for Sacramento. Bamba is checked in for B, and the machine subbed in for... Sacramento with the ball. A 12-point game. Just 5 to shoot. And Thompson kicks to Bagley. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Phoenix has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Here's Booker. Good. Score the basket. Mark him 4 for 8, shooting 50% so far.
Now, teams are playing him to set up behind the arc, but Booker can just as easily beat you from the mid-range.
Bamba passes to Little. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Here's Thompson. It's blocked. Shoots from the high post. And Warren the bucket on the assist by Booker. Warren's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
Here's Thompson. It's tipped, and he gets it back. Second shot opportunity, and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. That one on Ayton.
Well, gets his man in the air with the pump fake, and Clay gets himself to the free throw line. So quick on that release.
The Kings have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
And the first one at the line is good. So much of being a scorer is finding ways to get open without the ball, Doris, and there are a lot of guys that do that very well in the league right now.
Well, you think back to guys like Ray Allen, who have retired in the last 5 to 6 years. He was one of the all-time bests. You think back to the Detroit Pistons teams and Rip Hamilton. They set the stage for today's generation. Guys like Klay Thompson and Kyle Korver, who are relentless in their motion and sometimes do it randomly. Outside of the context of the offense, they're just, because they've done it so often, the kind of movement they create puts tremendous stress on your defense.
Now, here's Ayton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. From 15 feet away, a nice shot by Booker. And the Suns lead by 16.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
But it's not easy building a lead like this on the road, Greg, but they have been lights out throughout this game.
Thompson looking for an opening. Phoenix grabs the miss. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Kings. That one was played in Sacramento.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
You know, there's a balance between that aggression and overdoing it. You can't reach in. These are things officials are looking to call. Guys, that's number 2 on him, and they do not need him to sit right away. But one more foul before the half, and he'll be headed to the bench.
Bender is checked in for the Suns. Here's the machine, and it's off the back rim. No good. Down low, here's Booker. Again, Phoenix.
Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
The Kings trail by 20. On the wing, Thompson. He kicks it to Bamba. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got 7 points in the game.
Well, he gets bodied up and able to make the adjustment as Klay Thompson. Nice finish.
Bender with it. Bamba picks him up. 1:10 left in the first half. Booker outside. Here's Bender. That one, no good. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Thompson way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Thompson's got 7 points for the quarter. Booker against Young. Lets the three fly. Devin Booker, and that's good.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a 3 on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
Bagley kicks to Bamba. Little passes to Bamba. Young with no one around. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Bridges passes to Bender. Over to the wing. Jackson up top. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. No good from Booker. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for Phoenix. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Devin Booker putting in some incredible work. He had 16 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
A nighttime glimpse of the Tower Bridge, one of the landmarks here in Sacramento. Welcome back, everyone, to the capital of California. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
Suns leading by 18. Hield is out there with Young. And there's Klay Thompson. Then it's Bamba. And it's Bagley in at the 4 spot. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The Kings shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now.
And guys, Devin Booker getting great praise from some big-time players. Kyrie Irving says he raises his game to another level against high-level teams. Now he needs consistency, gentlemen.
Here's Booker after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Warren with the ball. Picked up by Bagley. Warren finds Jackson. Buries it from three-point range. Jackson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. Of course, Booker put 70 on the Celtics one evening. That obviously made quite an impression.
Well, I remember Jaylen Brown saying he doesn't have a conscience. He can shoot it with no remorse. He has a green light, and that's what makes it tough. Sounds like he had to guard him that night.
Now here's Jackson after the miss from Buddy Hield. And here is Bridges. 12 points for him. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Bamba kicks to Thompson. And here's Young from the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Young's got 10 points in the game.
You have to guard Young tight. You got to know he's thinking of shooting as soon as the ball hits his hands.
And Young comes over to help. Here's Warren at basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here's Bagley. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Here's Young. 5 on the clock. In the corner, Bamba with it. That's a 2 from Hield. That one wide left. Suns leading by 22. Booker in the corner. No good with the triple.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. You almost never get that wide open a look.
Hield the pass to Bagley. Kicks it to Bamba. Pass to Hield. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Ayton's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Warren. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. The Kings have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter.
Timeout.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Well, Josh Jackson, the number 4 pick in the draft, despite having a little bit of a raw offensive game. But you think about his motor, the competitiveness, the intensity, what a high ceiling here.
And Phoenix making a change here.
And checking out the numbers for Young. Just an incredible month of basketball. 12th in scoring, 12th in three-point field goal percentage, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. And talking about Jackson, he wasn't the only member in his family to play college basketball in Kansas.
Right. His mom didn't go to the same school as Josh. Started out at the community college there. But eventually she transferred to a Division I school. Actually got a WNBA tryout. There's great basketball talent that runs in this family, guys.
Now, here's Bagley. Bamba kicks to Thompson. Sacramento moving it around. Suns leading by 22. To the middle. And it's Warren with the jam.
Boy, it really doesn't take much for T.J. Warren to get started on the offensive end. And once he finds his rhythm, just get him the ball.
Young passes to Bagley. Here's Bamba. There's the pass to Young. Three-pointer, Hield. Wilkes with the rebound.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Here's Daniels. But they get it back. Here's Young. He's got 10. Hield outside. Feeds it to Bagley. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Young. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. The Suns have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. No good from Booker. The Kings have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Hield kicks to Young. Back to Hield. Passes to Bamba. Wide open. Hield can't hit.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
Oh, great ball movement there. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Bagley dishes to Hield. Booker against Young. Pass to Bagley. And here's Young. Takes a 3. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got rebound number 13 with that last one.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And so Young will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. And the basket is good. Bagley's got his second bucket.
And at this stage, this is where Bagley feels most comfortable. Knows he has the size and touch to score inside.
Now here's Ayton. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Young after the Suns pick up 2. Thompson finds Hield. Over Daniels. Hield can't hit. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Wilkes, and Thompson sends it back.
We know that Thompson is an excellent defender. He does such a good job timing shots for those rejections.
For Phoenix, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. He's checked in for Sacramento. Aaron Gordon comes in for Hield. And for the Suns, Richaun Holmes comes in for Ayton. And it's Dragan Bender in for T.J. Warren. He hits both from the stripe. And for Sacramento, they're shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. And there's the pass to Gordon. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Wilkes, defended by Gordon. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Booker. 18 points for him. Here's Bender. And the Suns miss again. Thompson with it. And Young kicks to Gordon. Bull the pass to Thompson. From downtown, hits the three-point bomb. Thompson's got 7 points here in this quarter.
I'll tell you, he's been one area they haven't had to worry about tonight. He's been scoring at will.
Pass to Holmes. Booker outside. Shot clock at 6. Over Young. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Thompson outside. Young in the corner. Outside Gordon. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Kicks it to Thompson. That three off the mark. Phoenix has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Daniels passes to Holmes. From past the arc. Rebound by the Kings. Bamba's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Outside Gordon. Back to Young. Looking to get back on track here. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. Teams value the three so much nowadays. Let's check out the best at it. Number 1, the Kings.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate from long range.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Daniels kicks to Booker. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. And that's 21 points for Devin Booker.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
At the elbow, it's Bamba. Back to Young. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats for B. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. He's averaging 10 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, the one thing you can't teach is size. He's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but certainly a valuable backup for this team.
Now, here's Thompson. 17 points in the game over Daniels, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
And now the Kings fast break. And the dunk by Bamba.
Well, that's where you see the IQ of Klay Thompson, a step ahead of everyone else. A beautiful delivery.
Booker the pass to Bender. Inside, Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Young finds Gordon. Now, here's Thompson. He's covered by Daniels. Thompson, left side. Passes it to Bull. Here's Gordon. And it falls over the rim and in. Gordon's got 10.
Well, boy, oh, boy. Each year, Aaron Gordon adding to that offensive arsenal. The mid-range game is right there.
Bender kicks to Booker. Holmes passes to Booker. Over Young. No good from Booker. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Sacramento Kings. On the wing, Gordon. Hands it from downtown. Gordon's got 5 points now this quarter.
I love that Aaron Gordon goes right up with it. He's got really good instincts for knowing when to catch and shoot.
Daniels dishes to Booker. And he banks in the layup. Booker's got 23.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Thompson. 17 points in the game.
And at almost 7 feet tall, Bamba is hard to cover. He's adept at getting these calls inside.
The Kings shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
2 shots.
Two shots.
And he makes the first.
You know, the comparisons to Rudy Gobert are understandable. Bamba's insane reach really helps on both ends of the court.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. The machine comes in for Klay Thompson. Young is subbed in for Young. Josh Jackson's checked in for the Suns. Bridges comes in for Troy Daniels. And good on the second, so he makes them both. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And Booker kicks to Bender. Knocked away. Stolen by Bamba. 3-on-3. Here's Young. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And on the season, he's just a shade under 80 from the line. I'll bet he'd like to get that up over that mark.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Bamba. And the second free throw, good. We've got 22 seconds left in the third. Young against Booker. Puts it up from 12. Another one falls for Phoenix.
You love it when guys play bigger than you think they are. Booker proving that he's not just a threat from the outside.
And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. He's at the quarter-century mark. 25 points for him in this game as they have looked to him over and over to make things happen. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Don't miss the action. Your favorite NBA superstars are here to compete in a showcase of the league's top talent. It's the NBA All-Star Game.
And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Setting the floor for the Suns, Okobo and Booker are their backcourt. Anderson is out there with Bender. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. We talk about positionless basketball, swing men very much in demand. Players who go, Doris around 6'6", 6'8", 6'9", who can do a little bit of everything.
Well, I think if you look at an organization like the Boston Celtics, who seems to have put its roster very much in mind, together with the idea that you've got to have switchability almost across the board. The Jason Tatum, the Jaylen Brown fit into that description absolutely perfectly. Long, athletic, can guard multiple positions. Switching screens has become such an integral part of NBA defenses, Kevin, that the idea of versatility is valued on both ends.
Langston Galloway's checked in for Devin Booker. And so Young nails them both. Well, Phoenix shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Here's Anderson. Gordon with the defensive effort.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Here's the machine. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
I love the tenacity right now. Definitely on the prowl, looking for every opportunity to make a steal. The other team has got to be sharp.
G-League, Doris, growing roster of teams, introduced two-way contracts last season. Is it safe to call it an official minor league at this point, you think?
Well, I'm just going to say that I thought this was one of the best changes to the NBA last season. And you look at certain players who went back and forth between the G-League, and when they were up with the respective NBA team, they were a significant part of the rotation. Quinn Cook comes to mind. The NBA champion had a two-way player in Quinn Cook, who was a vital part of their G-League and then becomes a vital part of their real-time success. To me, what a tremendous platform for player development, Kevin.
Yeah, the league has gotten it right with this.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And Phoenix making a change here.
Shooting just one.
One shot.
Well, I think the things that Aaron Gordon has added to his game, specifically that reliable three-point shot, is a really welcome sign. This guy has an incredible upside.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. And it's Warren with the jam.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hubbard Hatch.
First three of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Okobo, defended by Young. Pass to Ayton. G-League last season experimenting, Doris, with coaches' challenges of certain calls during games. You see that perhaps moving over as well to the NBA.
Kevin, my understanding on this is that across NBA ownership, there is real momentum to allow for a coach's challenge. And I think it's commonplace to see teams argue a call. When it's all said and done, we want to get things correct. And so maybe you see this happen in the G League. And what's the carryover to the NBA? I don't know, but I can tell you unequivocally, ownership wants to see a coach's challenge in the NBA at some point.
And I think, Doris, anytime you can make those coaches do more, put more on the line, just add to the intrigue of the game.
No question.
And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for the Phoenix Suns. On Sunday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Atlanta Hawks. Then on Tuesday, they'll host the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And for that game against the Nuggets, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies.
Shooting two, gentlemen.
Free throw drops for Ayton.
You know, so much hype around Ayton. Has that rare combination of NBA-ready body, productivity, and upside.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Kings trail by 21. Young finds Gordon. Back to Young. Hield outside. And the league last season, Doris, looking to tighten up on the traveling calls. You think that's a move in a positive direction, and it's had a good effect?
Well, Kevin, I'm sure you agree with this. We want to see if there's a traveling violation, it should be called.
Yes.
We have given the offensive players enough advantages, and by that I mean we've made it less physical on the perimeter. You know, we've allowed for freedom of movement, and so I think anytime you learn from a kid, listen, if you pick up that pivot foot, it's a travel. In the past, I thought a lot were missed. What's your take on it, Kev?
I like what you said, and even more for the younger kids who are learning the game, they got to play the right way. It's got to be called.
That's right.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Hield outside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
At the line for your Kings, Buddy Hield. 2 shots.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Players going to great lengths to improve their performance and extending their prime years. We're seeing it all over the league. Doris, it amazes me.
I heard a number of LeBron James spending 7 figures a year.
Wow.
That's a 1 in 6 zeros to take care of his body.
No kidding.
Right, making an investment in your future, understanding nutrition to training to recovery. Listen, you have a limited window, Kevin, to make money with your body if you're a professional athlete. So why you wouldn't want to extend that window as long as possible? You're playing a kid's game for fun, Kevin. Come on, let's lengthen it out if we can.
It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. 6 on the shot clock, and the foul called on Terrence Ross. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
A platoon swap here for Sacramento. On defense, Sacramento. Here's Bridges. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 4 assists now tonight. Kings have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Young passes to Bagley. Here's Bamba. Shoots over Warren. Drops it in from 11 feet. And that's now 6 points for Mohamed Bamba.
A smart play there. Well-timed roll to the basket. Bamba's got intelligence off and on the court.
A three-pointer, no good.
Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
Young with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. Here's Little. And yes, it's good.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
And Booker kicks to Warren. The pass to Ayton. Jackson in the corner. Outside Warren. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Bagley. Here's the machine. Pass to Young. Probably no surprise, Doris. Fans would rather watch shots being hit from the field over free throws. So should the league do anything to perhaps cut down on trips to the free throw line?
You know what, Kevin? I don't know that I necessarily think there need to be fewer trips to the charity stripe. I don't like the hack-up player strategy, and I think that we've taken a good first step toward correcting that particular issue. But right now, I like the way the game is played in terms of officiating. My only objection to the way the game is officiated is take away those intentional fouls that are prohibiting fast break basketball.
Bridges, no one around him. Phoenix, no good that time either. The Kings trail by 19. Young outside. Puts up a 3. And another 3 for Sacramento.
I'll tell you, there are players who can get thrown off when they're that wide open, but this guy keeps his cool and doesn't rush it.
Timeout called, the Suns.
You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue, and it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, T.J. Warren.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
He'd finally had enough of their losing streak, and it's going to take something special to regain some kind of momentum. And his effort has been very special tonight. On defense, Sacramento, they trail by 16. For Sacramento, they've got more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. It's Young on the wing, defended by Booker. Thompson misses.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Kicks it out to Booker. Pass to Warren. Back to Booker. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Young, right side. Good on the bucket.
And yes, sometimes Young can't be stopped. This is the kind of player he can be.
Suns leading by 14. Outside Warren. To the middle. Here's Bridges. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Bridges has got 20 points.
A physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake the defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
Now, here's Bamba. Back to Thompson to the left side wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's the machine, guarded by Jackson, rebounded by Jackson.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Bridges passes to Ayton. Bridges with it. Now Booker, he's covered by Thompson. And Booker kicks to Jackson. Good, and a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, you have to expand your game if you're going to be effective in the NBA. Mr. Jackson knocking down the triple. Okay.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Doris, when you think about Devin Booker, you have to think about the 70 points he dropped on the Celtics that one night.
Woo, what a special evening that was, Kevin. Most points ever for a Phoenix Suns player. Most points ever scored against the Celtics. More than Wilt Chamberlain. Think about that, Kev.
Fields checked in for the Kings. Bagley kicks to Hield. Pass to Young. Now, here's Bamba. He's tightly guarded. Here's Bagley. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. T.J. Warren picks one up.
And it's the fearlessness of Bagley that earns him these calls. Plays with such ferocity.
2. Marvin Bagley. 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First one falls for him.
And really the potential Bagley has is so exciting. Just an absolute menace on both ends. And you can tell he wants to be great.
And so he hits both. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. They lead by 17. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
That's just superior balance from the crafty guard. If you allow Devin Booker to get close, he's going to draw your contact.
We know James Harden joined Durant and Westbrook in winning league MVP honors, Doris. Had those three stayed together in Oklahoma City, is there any doubt in your mind that they would have won at least one NBA championship?
Well, you think back to the time they worked together, and they did go to an NBA Finals and ended up being eliminated by LeBron James and the Miami Heat. So obviously, you like the opportunity they would have had to go to more. And let's give a little credit to the great GM of the Oklahoma City franchise, Sam Presti, who is responsible for the drafting of 3 MVP candidates. That in and of itself is quite remarkable. But you know this, Kevin. Success and failure, there is such a fine line. And there's a tenuous nature to things, an injury at the wrong time. So many times this trio was tripped up by an untimely situation. So, I mean, if they stay together, yes, you like their chances, but this is why history states otherwise.
Sacramento with the ball. Following the score by Phoenix. Thompson misses. Suns leading by 22.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Suns.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And really, they finally got something good to happen against this team. The last 2 games they faced them weren't nearly as productive.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for T.J. Warren.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Both free throws good from Booker. Indoors last summer, we saw the inaugural season of the NBA 2K League. Over half the league's franchises fielding teams. It looks to be the start of something very special and very unique.
No doubt, Kevin. And the NBA has always been an organization at the forefront of embracing technology. And the reality is there is a huge market for this. The younger generation gets just as excited with how their virtual home team is doing in the standings. Big things on the horizon for the NBA 2K League, and you better not square up against me, Kev. You got no shot.
Okay. I've recorded that comment.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
Now, here is Young, nailed from three-point land.
And finally finding a rhythm, but unfortunately a little too late.
Well, you wonder if they can use the momentum they've built here into the next game, because this one looks over.
Young against Booker. So it's the Suns winning easily here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.